Well, and good morning, everyone. I am just standing up here this morning, just filled up with joy and everything. And Kelly just popped my bubble. It just, if you'll look at the order of service where it says, joy shall come in the morning, after it says, inside back cover of the wings of song. That has been wrong, not only this week, but last week as well. And I will talk to the guy that fills these out and see if we can't get that corrected by next week.
Smack him one.
So just we'll see how that turns out. And this is Mother's Day, and I wish everyone a happy Mother's Day. But you know, for some people, it's a joyous occasion. I see a mommy sitting back there with two beautiful young daughters. And this is a fabulous celebration. But others of us in the room, me included, maybe not so much. But I am filled with joy today, because today is a very special day for Patrick Michael McCarty. 24 years ago today, I gave my first talk here at Church of the Oaks. And 4 years ago today was our first Sunday back after COVID. And something very special happened shortly thereafter. Wayne and Nancy were out of town. They were down south. And I think they had something to do with it, with the board, with the congregation. But 2 weeks after Mother's Day Sunday, there was potluck. And everybody said, Pat, are you coming to potluck? Are you coming to potluck, right? You are coming to potluck, aren't you? Okay. So I went, and there was, as they were getting ready for potluck, there was one of those big pink bakery boxes. And I saw somebody sliding the cake. I said, well, if it was somebody's anniversary or birthday, they should have told me and I could have announced it. The cake had my name on it, celebrating 20 years of giving talks at Church of the Oaks. And I was very touched by that. And there were cards and gifts and coffee cup and just a piece of artwork that's on my wall. It's got one of those things, I don't know what it is. It's called something, a mandala maybe, or something that, and I was quite touched. And I just want all of you to know what a joy being able to be part of this congregation for the last 24 years has been for me. And I doubt if I make another 24 years, unless they come out with some really good new stuff. But this place has become my life. And it's become, I'll talk about more of that a little later. But I invite you to share my joy of what being part of this congregation for a quarter of a century has meant to me. When I look at the whole scheme of things, I've been here for 20% of the entire life of this church, and it was started in 1901. I think I need Geritol. So, anyway, or something like that. So anyway, I just want to thank you, and please feel the joy that I have inside of me today. It's great. And so it is.
Good morning. As Pat said, happy Mother's Day. That's not my topic, but I'm going to touch a little bit on that. In the past, I gave you a history of Mother's Day. I want to say, happy Mother's Day to the moms. Happy Mother's Day to the women who didn't give birth and raised others. Happy Mother's Day to the Mr. Moms. It takes a village to raise a child. And in my family, there was a wonderful mom who helped to take care of my daughter in her teenage years, because I was down here working and my parents were taking care of my children up in Oregon. But someone else's, her best friend's mom, and she recently passed away. So my daughter is spending Mother's Day weekend at a memorial for a woman who stood in as mother for her. And in honor of her, her name was Catherine Kuntz. My heart's touched and I'm really blessed for her. Okay, now my subject for the day, I was scouting out. I've got an event coming up next weekend for my Alaska Native Heritage up at Fort Ross. and I was scouting out logistics for it. And I'm a country girl and Alaska Native heritage, and I unashamedly will eat anything that walks, swims, crawls, or grows on a bush, flies, slithers, whatever, and I enjoy it thoroughly, right? And I really strongly believe in my heart in supporting and being in touch with where our food comes from. I go to the farmer's market. I like to shop with the person who raised my animal. I was the one that out there petted pork chop and Hassenpfeffer on the nose before, we dispatched them and changed them into nourishment for my body, and I carried the bowl to take the organ meat. Organ meat is not bad for your body when it's once in a while when you harvest the animal, not every weekend. That's a little bit bad on the cholesterol. So I'm up there at this event doing logistics and taking a walk about in the woods. And on the way back from there, I was listening to, it was a rainy day up the coast, and I'm there listening to the message of the trees. And I come down because for years, growing up in Sebastopol, I supported the Fishermen's Festival. And my family heritage in Alaska, fishing's a big deal, right? And so Fishermen's Festival's funny, they held that the weekend after crab season closed. And so I stopped at a stand down there to pick up my crab. And this is funny. I'm a girl that went, I went fishing, surf fishing out at Salmon Creek, and put my body in the waves to bring home harvest for the family. Usal Beach, long logging towns that are long since gone, but some of the best fishing ever, right? And so I bring home these crabs and I support them, and it's really overpriced because they have a short season and only a few fishermen out there. I bring home these, and in the past, I harvested. And I cooked the food in my kitchen. I changed this. And yet, they didn't scream at me this time when I boiled up the crabs, but I had a twang when I was changing them into dinner. And my heart was touched, and I felt myself grieving for days. And in my Native American heritage, when we took care of harvesting the animals, we had a relation. We had a relation with the animal, and you really honored their life in a prayerful way when you honored their role in the life cycle of how they gave their energy to nourish us. And my son, growing up, was mentored by a Native woman in how to convert rabbits, and he felt ew, when we're taken care of, right? And she said, there's no part of that animal's life that is ew or icky. The organs, the entrails, everything in there was part of what helped to make that animal alive and vibrant, and every bit of it is an honored and sacred thing. David, who's a member of this church, shared with me a book, and I don't have the exact title. It was A Secret Life of Plants, or what a plant knows. And there was a study. I'm a scientific person. I like measurable studies, and they were showing how the plants, whether you've ever done Kirlian photography and those kind of things, the plants speak to each other. They feel, they sense. And so in that grieving I felt in my heart, I have a relationship when I go out to my nectarine tree or my pomegranate or the tomato vine that I've nourished in the ground, and I feel the vibrancy and love and nourishment and full, abundant energy that's in that plant. And I realized how, that part of my grieving process, how disconnected we are from that cycle of life, of the energy that nourishes and helps us to thrive, when our packages and food come in great piles in the grocery store or in boxes and plastic. And you forgot that cantaloupe grew on a vine, or flew in the air, or swam in a river, and was part of an entire ecosystem. So in the mindfulness, one of the training that I received in, pain management was mindfulness-based stress reduction by John Kabat-Zinn. And one of his definitions of mindfulness is the awareness that arises from a paying attention in a particular way, on purpose, in the present moment, and non-judgmentally. So my mindfulness is realizing I'm a little out of touch because I've gotten away from those farm roots of where my food comes from. Take a little more time. I'm going to take a little bit more time to honor what goes into my body to nourish me, the life cycle, and all the people and energy and plants and animals that took that to bring me sustenance and vibrancy and courage and health. And to slow down a little bit, because in that mindfulness-based stress reduction, when I take time to be in the present and mindful while I'm eating, it is part of my healthful journey as well. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sabrina. And crying out loud in the kitchen, Gertrude, what you're talking about is it's just synchronicity. Is that the word that I'm looking for? Spirit just working all around us and through us. So thank you. And good morning again. I'd like to announce something. We don't, as a rule, sing happy birthday and stuff like that, but I think everyone should know that Gene Wallace celebrated a birthday yesterday, and I think we should, at some point, everyone ought to, in the right time, wish her a happy birthday. Wayne, could you play a little something? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Gene. Happy birthday to you. Well, happy birthday, Gene, and happy Mother's Day. I think this Thursday is not the ladies' spiritual book study. It'll be the following Thursday, which will be the 21st, I think, something like that. And the Monday night group is on not anymore. Something else is going to happen. We're not sure yet, but it's being worked on. There's something coming up. The last Sunday of this month will be potluck. We had an amazing work day yesterday. We got things done that have been put on the back burner for a very long time, and it was just great. So thank you to everyone that showed up, and I'm looking forward to our next work party, which will be sometime next month. I'm not sure when, but it'll be in the newsletter. There's something coming up that I got an email for that some of you are quite interested in. It's called Rock the Ride. It's a benefit ride and walk for gun violence prevention, put on by Sutter Health. And it's going to be held at, and I'll give this, Joy, you're the one that does a lot of that stuff. It's over at Yountville Community Center is where it's going to take place. And they've got like a 25-mile bike ride and a 15-mile bike ride and a 10-mile and a 5-mile and a family walk and a 3-mile walk. And it's to raise money for legislation and for flyers, just whatever to support the getting rid of gun violence in our society. So, Joe, if you'd like to follow up on that and maybe bring more back to us and stuff whenever, that's the 28th of June, so we got a lot of time. I know there are more announcements that I should be talking about. Does anybody have anything that we would like to talk about? Yes, Bonnie. We're thinking about it. Nothing's on schedule right now. We're thinking about it. We got our bingo machine over there. It's all well and good and ready to, and we've got a lot of projects going at the same time. And when we schedule a cabaret, we will let you know. Plenty of time. Any other announcements?
Hours, and also we could always use some more cookies.
What, so we could what?
Some more cookies.
More cookies?
And some flowers.
And some flowers. Oh, we got a new thing for the flower thing, and it won't fall off the board anymore. It's actually like a clipboard thing, and it's there with 4 big screws in it. You can't hardly rip it off the wall. And so the calendar right inside this door in the hall, and next Sunday is open. There's no name on next Sundays, so we need to do something about that. So anyway, but it's flowers and cookies, huh?
Yes.
All right. All right. Any other announcements? Okay, this is the time in our service where we think about and speak the names out loud of people we know that are going through a dark time in life, and we all do. Every one of us goes through those really troublesome, challenging, trying, dark times. And when we say all these names, then we're going to send our light to them. Alice?
Jeff.
Nancy? Anyone else? Now, named all these names. All of us know people. We've got these names so we can kind of address or send an intention of destination to those people. But there are other people in our world who aren't just falling on bad times. They kind of choose to live in the dark. And for those folks, let's send our light out to them too. Even in a tent that keeps out most of the light, there's still little cracks, and you never know. The people that have chosen to live in the darkness of anger or fear or ego or hate, maybe a little light's going to get in, and something might change in the overall consciousness of this planet. So let's take a few minutes and send our light to all of those names we heard and the places light needs to be. And we trust in the power of spirit, we trust in the power of light. And so it is, and so it shall be. Well, I think it's time we sing a song. And it's a special day, so let's just stand up and sing about it being a special day. we get the opportunity and the privilege and the joy of greeting each other in the traditional Church of the Oaks fashion.
I don't think so.
I feel is our most wonderful abundance is each other. And it's just amazing how we feed off of each other. We support each other. And just, it's something that, that's what I hope we can all be aware of. So maybe we could just kind of look around the room a little bit. Just look at the human beings that are here. Look at all the years, consider all of the years of sharing, of living, of wisdom that are sitting in this room right now. There's some of us have quite a few years of experiences that turn into wisdom. And we bring that every week as we come together. And to me, I think that's just it's something very wonderful that we can all take advantage of. Let's, if you will, on the order of service about the middle, let's read together our affirmation of abundance. When we transform abundance and prosperity from a perception to a consciousness, our lives will be enriched beyond any definition of tangible value. We will be that abundance and prosperity. May we ponder that wisdom, sir. we prepare for our meditation this morning, let's sing together Only Believe, number 152 in the Wings of Song.
Good morning. We took a moment earlier to send love and light to those who are in need of healing. Now let us each be the receivers. Take a deep breath and open your eyes and your minds to the idea of going on a hike. It's a sunny morning, the air is fresh, and you're all invited. Take another deep breath, recognizing this challenge may be arduous, but in our mind's eye, we can all do it. To prepare for this hike, we've all filled our backpacks and hooked our tools to our belts. We may need a flashlight, a knife, first aid kit, a notebook. Before leaving, we circle in prayer for our journey. Our backpacks on the ground in front of us. We open our backpacks and check to see that we have everything. Look inside. What were we thinking? These are our problems, our challenges, our burdens that we've brought with us. We check out each other's packs. Some are more lightweight, others heavy and dark. Well, take another deep breath, please. And choose a backpack. Most of us will choose our own because we know it. We know what's in there. As we march off in steady rhythm to the deep woods of our concerns, know that we're surrounded by our community, that we each have our challenges, and we also have our tools. The light of love, a knife to cut through the red tape, first aid for life's bruises and bangs, and a journal to help us map out the twists and turns, the path that we have chosen. With a strong faith, a clear sight, and a steady step, let's trudge on now, silently, with our concerns, but breathing in the sun, the support of community, the strength of our bodies and minds, Spirit as our companion. Carry that load as long or as short as you need, but also know that you can put it down. Know that we are surrounded by all we need to carry on. Breathe it in and walk. Exhale. Take a step. Inhale and walk. And now silently, let's walk on together. in meditation. Feel the sunshine. Fill with fresh air. Feel the difference between sunshine and shade. Stop for a flower. A beautiful white stone. A bird's call. Put your pack down and walk on. John Lennon said, "There are no problems, only solutions." Enjoy your day.
Joy, thank you very much. You know, as you were speaking, when you said the hike and you talked about it, as a minister, I sat and thought, in this room, oh, the places we will go. It just, thank you so much. Really good. What did I call today? Believe it, then trust it. Do you know that everything that you say or do or think is what you believe? That's what we see, what we believe. That's what we hear, is what we believe. The other things that come into us, we're aware of it, but we don't really see it or hear it or think it. And I'm going to talk about Vivian a little bit today. When I came here a quarter of a century ago, it's the first time I walked into a church where I heard the minister say, don't care what you believe, that's your business. But one should investigate their beliefs. Check them out. These things that we believe, and we all have a lot of beliefs, some we aren't even aware that we have. Some have become so habitual we don't think about it. It's second nature. But do they still serve us well? Do they still allow us to do what we really want to do? Or do we keep saying and thinking and doing and hearing and the same things and the same things? One of my visions for this coming year was that all of us in this family could increase our trust in spirit. Whatever that means to you, however it means to you. And over time, over years, I have grown and changed. I still hang on to some really agonizing beliefs that don't serve me well. And I keep trying to drop them. Some I have great success at, some are just stubborn, just like me, and just keep hanging on and hanging on. I'm going to tell you a little story about something I have learned over the years to trust when spirit, when I feel it, when there's something that I need to say or do or change. And I'm learning every week to trust in spirit more. Vivian and I worked very hard together for several years to develop a wedding script that was sacred without being overly religious. And we were very excited because we got that completed about 3 months before we had the pleasure and the honor of marrying Doug and Becca in the back. You were the first ones that got the complete, generated for the 22nd time wedding script. And I did a wedding Friday out on Bennett Valley Road. We almost to Glen Ellen. I'd never been out that before. And it was a lovely place. It was a winery, but down in a holler, there was a little brook and some big redwood trees, a little patio outside, and that's where the wedding was. And the wedding was for a couple, and he was Native American, and she was just like mongrel, like the rest of us, I guess, or whatever you want to call us. But he went through the wedding script that I sent them, and there's only 2 places in it where it mentioned God, and he said, could you change that to spirit? And his bride, I was talking with her, and she said she was very surprised at the seriousness that he went through that script. He looked and read and felt and thought about each word. So I made the changes they asked for, and I got there a little early, and I met the gentleman, the groom, for the very first time. And when I shook his hand, I felt like, whoa, this is just not appropriate. But it's what we agreed on. It was everybody agreed on it. So I went through the script, through the normal wedding ceremony, and I got to the end, and before I pronounced them husband and wife, I felt something inside. The beliefs and the presence of this man, this groom whose wedding it was, he and his wife. Her needs had been met, but his hadn't, I didn't think. And so I just told the bride and the groom, I said, Spirit is asking me to do something. And I'm not sure what it is, but I ask your permission to go forward. And they said yes. So I said to everyone there that, you know, there's a lot going on in this moment, more than meets our eye. And right now, in this room, there's a lot going on, more than meets the eye. So I asked the people there, please close your eyes. I'm not asking you, I asked them. And I said, shift your awareness to the unseen. Really think about the unseen. Feel the unseen. And in this moment, we stand in the presence of all of our ancestors. And we have received from our ancestors thousands of years of wisdom and life experience. And the sum total of all of their lives, all they've endured, all they've gone through to evolve, part of that reason for all of that is to be here and to bring you, make sure you are here for this moment in time. And in this awareness of the unseen, we also stand in the presence of all of our future generations. And those future generations are here to remind us that we are their ancestors, and they are depending upon us to share forward our wisdom, our life experiences, our support, and to remind us that we need to be present on their special days. We also stand in the presence of the Creator that created all of the ancestors, that creates all of the future generations, the Creator of all that is. Now I ask everyone there to please open your eyes and shift your awareness to the seen, the present, right here, the physical. And we're here in the presence of all of our friends and loved ones and family. And we are also here in the presence of our brothers and sisters, the redwoods and all of the other growing beauty. And they not only bless us by their beauty, but these redwoods bless us with their shade and their coolness. And we also are standing here in the presence of the birds and all the other wildlife that is singing songs for this special occasion. And they're singing to the music of this brook that's right behind me. that sings its song, that makes the music of running water and reminds us of the gift of water that sustains all life. So, my friends, we aren't at that wedding, but we are in the presence of all of that, the seen and the unseen. And then I pronounce them husband and wife. And right after the ceremony, that man hugged me in a way I was right to trust in spirit. And all of us are right to trust in spirit. And the more we do it, the more we get in the comfort zone of it. Because trusting in the unseen is sometimes very scary and requires us to change. And years ago, right where Diane is sitting, I was sitting there one Wednesday night, 22 or 23 years ago, and a lady who was an ex-nun, her name was Mary Ellen O'Meara. She was giving us a crash course on the Course of Miracles, like 3 Wednesday nights in a row. And she was standing right here. She walked right over to me. She said, you know, in the Course of Miracles, it says that the only time most of us change is when the pain of where we are becomes greater than the fear of the unknown. So I don't know what your beliefs are. I don't care. They have no influence or impact on me, really. That's your personal thing. But I invite you to check them out. Question them. Always ask the question, does this serve me? Does this serve us? Does it serve my community? Because I'm part of my community. And when you feel spirit, when you feel your beliefs, trust in them. Trust in spirit. When we trust in some of our old habits, we have the same old result that's sometimes very unpleasant. I know, I've got a lot of those experiences. But when we trust in spirit, when we trust in those beliefs that we've kicked around and modified and adjusted, that, yeah, that serves me well. That serves my community well. When we feel that, trust in it. It will turn out way better. So I think that's all I'm going to say today. It's a very special day. Everybody has a lot of feelings, and I'm quite filled with, I don't know, a feeling of energies in this room. And I want to close today with a song. And we haven't sung it in years. But Vivian, who taught me about trusting in spirit, who taught me about readjusting and rethinking my beliefs, this was one of her favorite songs. And she's been gone 4 years now, 3 or 4 years. She stepped down from the ministry about 6, 7 years. It'll be 7 years this November. This was one of her favorite songs. It was called Haste Ye Back. It's an old Irish song. And let's sing it together. Let's sing it through twice. And remember, as we sing it, this is a place we can always come back to. This is a place where everything we got here is okay. It's a place that's safe. It's a place where we can be just who we are. And so it is. Wayne, if you please.
We